All right, click the links for Odysee or BitChute or Gab. Feel free to join the Discord. It's a funny situation where right now I trust the girl more than the guy on the right, who I trust not. In fact, he's kind of the opposite of trust, where it's a situation where you think he actually has interests adverse to yours. Her, she's just your everyday person who's looking at things and asking questions like, why can't we ask questions? This is if you. She did an Instagram live the other night where she was asking very, very over the target questions, very probative and relevant questions about cancel culture, and if you get off the plantation, you're instantly destroyed. And like those of us who are listening to this, like, yeah, where have you been? Where have you been? How insulated must you be a celebrity and not understand? You're a celebrity, you're kind of removed from a lot of this stuff. Anyway, so Fauci, 30 seconds. Can't swear it in the first 30 seconds, which is why I had to. Anyway, Fauci says Nicki Minaj should think twice before posting about vaccine hesitancy. How about suck a bag of dicks, Fauci? She should be thinking twice about propagating information that really has no basis, except a one-off anecdote. And that's... Why does that sound like Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad? Is he from the East Coast? I don't... if I listened to a second of him, I would put a liberty, freedom pellet through the TV. And that's not what science is all about. Well... Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of people discussing the science, because the science, you present, scientific method, experimentation, replication, that kind of stuff. But you also admit your biases up front, and then you probably want two people from opposing sides, experts in the field, who have opposing conclusions to argue it publicly. That's science. We're not doing that. We're presented with this weird conclusion and an issue rule analysis conclusion. It's like they present you with the conclusion, they reinsert the conclusion, and then they conclude with the conclusion. You're like, where's the argument for this? I'll trust the science. I trust the science. I don't trust the scientists. I don't know if I can put this on YouTube. YouTube is really, really censorious. So Dr. Fauci... and oh my gosh, if you tell me in 5 years she's going to end up in prison, that would be probably, that would be what should happen. But really, these people, they just almost never get punished. It's very, very rarely that Epstein and Weinstein actually get popped for this kind of stuff. Or for what? I mean, I'm talking about like big shot callers actually going down, like, like Hillary Clinton. You'd be in jail. It's like, yeah, nobody believes you, Trump. Nobody believes the elite are going to punish the elite unless there's something so egregious like Epstein, Weinstein, where it was like they had no choice. It would have been just a joke to keep them around. But then look what happened to Epstein. It's like, that's how powerful they are. They can get to somebody in prison. They can get to anyone. So he's on talking to Jake Tapper, taking aim at rap star Nicki Minaj about her own hesitancy. She says she's not yet received it, but that she's open to getting it once she feels she's done enough research and possibly, wait for some longer term at least side effects to crop up. And really, it's like, let's look at the math on both sides. What's her age? She's probably 35. She's not really in a high risk category. She's a little chunky, but she's not obese. Like, even if she gets it, she's not going to have an issue. So for her, I'm not giving medical advice here, but it might be a push either way of side effects from the spike and side effects from the flu. It's like, don't do something that can't be undone. And I mean, like at this point, why would you trust the media? Why would you trust the government? There goes the channel, or at least a week off. But I get the other channel off the strike tomorrow, so I'll be back then. So he asked Fauci about the rap star's tweet and asked if there's any scientific evidence to back up her claim. The answer to that, Jake, is a resounding no. He's just such a douchebag. There's no evidence that it happens, nor is there any mechanistic reason to imagine that it would happen. The guy probably has an STD, to be fair. The issue isn't his infertility. That's probably an STD. But the issue is, why can't she talk about it? That's the issue you guys seem to be bypassing. She should be thinking twice about propagating information that really has no basis except a one-off anecdote. And that's not what science is all about. Well, we know she's not a scientist, you fucking idiot. She's a rap star. She's very talented. She can say whatever she wants to say, and you can just go suck a bag of dicks. You're bought and paid for. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes that Jake Tapper or Fauci are unbiased, open, and fair sources of information. There's nobody. Even if you're on the left, you look at Fauci and Jake Tapper, and you're like, yeah, I know these guys are feeding me a line of crap, but it's crap that I'm roughly aligned with. So we're all going to pretend to kind of be on board about it. Fauci explained it's very difficult to combat misinformation. Once someone with a following, she's a rap artist. People are not, she's, she doesn't have a PhD in virology or something. She's a musician, effectively, and an actress. It's not like, it's a piece of data. It's like, oh, these anecdotes, correlation and all this. It's a piece of data. All these things, empirical anecdotes, they're just pieces of data that people put on this little mental checklist. And it's the fact that nobody is allowed to have a discussion about this, or you'll just get kicked off social media. Listen, the truth doesn't fear investigation. That'll definitely get you kicked off YouTube. This is a small channel, so they don't pay as much attention to it as if it was a little bit bigger. The truth doesn't fear investigation. You should put everything on the table. You tell me, like, if you're hiding something, if you're saying something can't be discussed, you tell me you're lying about it. Basically, you're lying about it, or there's a problem with the narrative. You're concealing something. Why would we trust the media? Why would you trust the government? The only way to combat false claims is through providing a lot of correct information. Hey, good thing you've got access to CNN and all the mainstream media. You have no problem combating information. Minaj's tweets were by way of explanation as to why she was not attending the Met Gala, which required proof of the inoculation, where AOC was there. She made waves wearing a gown emblazoned with the words "tax the rich," and then she went on, I don't know, Twitter or Instagram or something, explaining that no, she was not rich because she was making like under $500,000 a year or something. She's talking about people who make like hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, really, the top 10% or 1%, it's something like it's over $420,000 a year, which, depending on where you live, is not an amazing amount of money. But then it all depends on where you're living and what kind of business you're in. If you need to, I don't know, entertain and shit like this. So she's uses as an excuse to. If you notice, Bernie Sanders, I think when he first was talking, he's talking about taxing millionaires, and then he's got like 3 or 4 homes. And in fact, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Schumer, all these people in office who are our representatives, it turns out that they're all really wealthy. Not just a couple of $1 million. We're talking like tens of millions of dollars. And you look at it, hey, Nancy Pelosi, you've been in office. Okay, you've been making X amount of dollars. You total up your living expenses. You total up how much money you should have, and you're like, okay, this is a great job you had. You've got this amount of money. You should have, $3.7 million in the bank, so to speak, or available for investments. You got $40 million. How did you get that? Well, her husband. It's not technically insider trading because her husband made deals, and I mean insider trading is a Security Exchange Commission nomenclature. I don't mean like that. I mean like just taking advantageous deals having your spouse take advantage of deals with inside information that you have available to you, and it's not available to the general public. So you go, Maxine Waters, I think, the Oakland one, the East Bay one. She's got a couple of mansions. Like, yeah, being in office is a pretty good salary. It's pretty decent, but like you got a $4 million mansion. That doesn't quite add up. Or Bernie Sanders, I'm a socialist. And he recently changed that to be like something else, which just kind of felt like he was walking away from socialism a little bit to be, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm saying they're fucking hypocrites. Like they're all off the hook hypocrites. Her statements are seen as wildly controversial, with the freedom to ask questions, but her right to make her own medical choice was defended by Candace Owens on Tucker Carlson. Rap star was quick to fire back at her detractors, like Joy Reid. She can also suck a bag of dicks. She said she wants people to get the spike after making their own personal decision instead of getting bullied into it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. These if you think these people are on your side. Like, even if you're on the left. If you're on the left, at some point, you got to go, hey, so 644,000 federal employees are exempt? How's that working? They're, like, it's a mandate, but 750,000 are exempt. Oh, so it's just a mandate for the little people? Yeah, basically. It's weird how that works. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Go to Odysee, BitChute. Definitely go to Discord. I used to not promote the Discord because it was full of free speech, a lot of offensive content. But now I realize, like, it's good to keep in touch, keep connected, no matter what. Even if there's so just ignore the offensive stuff. There's rooms for everybody, and definitely get on Gab because Twitter is asshole.